What was the highest waste of money that you don't regret? My first paycheck, I bought a $900 wedding cake. Me and my brother had no way to get it home since it didn't fit on our skateboards. We just had a cake fight in the parking lot. My brother passed away shortly after that. I still think about that day whenever I'm sad. That memory alone is worth more than $900. It's priceless. Nothing on earth can buy those precious moments in life. I spent too much money on a big treadmill for a very small apartment. But I've ran 15 to 25 kilometers on it every week for the past several years, and it's been incredibly helpful both physically and mentally. Your downstairs neighbor's mental health is swiftly deteriorating. He should buy a treadmill. I've heard they're great. My litter robot. Yes, I spent $600 on a cat shitter, but my house never smells, I don't have to scoop litter, and I only have to empty the drawer once a week. Definitely worth it to me. We just got one this year. I have 4 cats, 1 leg and a bad back, so bending over to scoop is not comfortable. I love that litter box. Artwork. Can I always afford it? No. But my walls are full of original, 90% local art. They make me happy to look at. I'm sure I made the artist happy too. Board games, they are expensive, but they bring much joy. $800 for a front seat helicopter tour of Kauai for me and my wife. Totally worth it. I did the same, but on the Big Island. Worth every penny. I'll never forget it. My couch. I moved out of my mom's house last year, 2019, so no COVID, and I always wanted a good couch. I tested so much. I went to so many furniture stores. Looked at so many different models. And then choose mine. It's actually from IKEA. 3 seats and long enough to let someone sleep on it. In a gray, but I saw they were also having a black cover, so I am thinking about getting that one. Extremely comfortable. I wanted a couch where you could chill out and love how fluffy it is without losing the ability to sit on it. In some couches you are not able to lean on the back and still have a straight back. You can sit on the backboard and the armrests. They are flat, so you can also put a cup of tea on them. It's also not too low, so you don't feel like sitting on the ground, which I do strangely often compared to my love for this couch, but you can let yourself fall onto that damn thing. It also looks easy and simple. So I don't want the suggestion of someone who tried a lot of couches and happens to be me then buy the Vimlay couch from IKEA. Edit. Oh my first award, thank you. GE Opal Nugget Ice Maker. Dang thing cost more than my car payment, but, man oh man, I love Nugget Ice and I use it the heck out of it every day. I can't believe I'm going to spend fucking $500 on an ice machine because of this post. How could you? Spending hundreds of euros on broken musical instruments because they were pretty. I have since bought spare parts and started repairing them. I found my destiny. $120 for a towel heater. I will never dry off with a cold towel again. Huh, didn't expect to need one. But now I do. I got into a stupid fight with my brother, so I found a game he had pledged on Kickstarter, Space Haven, and saw that for $360 I could write a pre-made character bio that would randomly show up. So I pledged it and wrote a character bio with his name and made him a flaming asshole. I have never played this game and don't want to. Has he got the game yet? Lego Death Star. Word. I got it when Amazon accidentally listed it for $125 for like 13 minutes one morning at 6 a.m. I spent $3,000 for my wife to meet the Backstreet Boys and get front row seats. It is the best thing that has ever happened to her, and the smile on her face after the show and look of pure bliss in someone who suffers often from anxiety was worth every cent. The extra I pay in rent for a water view completely worth it. Just shy of $20,000 to go to Antarctica traveling solo, small cruise ship. More than I've spent on every other vacation I've taken combined. Was one of the best trips of my life. It also gave me enough space and clarity to realize how toxic my ex was to me so that I could find the strength to leave not long after I got back. I'll always want to go back to Antarctica. The inner peace I found there changed my life. The summer after graduating high school, I won a decent amount of money playing online poker. Since I wasn't going off to college and all of my friends were, I decided to buy them all ridiculous going-away gifts. A carpet, mailbox, toilet seat, etc. were among the gifts. The most expensive and ridiculous gift I bought on a whim was a massive wheel of cheese, somewhere between $200 to $300. Little did I know at the time, that cheese wheel would set off a yearly event called Cheesegiving, where our entire, much larger now with spouses and kids, friend group gets together to celebrate and partake in cheesy goodness. This year was our 17th, Unfortunately all virtual due to COVID, and I genuinely hope it never ends. Dining at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Milan. We had an 18-course meal with wine pairings for like $400 or so. It's vegetarian, but it looks like it still exists and isn't much more expensive than when I was there 10 years ago. I used to scoff at spending that sort of money on meals, got convinced to try it one time, and loved it. Now, every couple years we try to find something big like that to do. It really is amazing what top-tier chefs can do to food. Travel. I've never regretted spending money on travel. Those are some of my favorite memories. I can't wait to be able to travel again. Dyson blow dryer. It's worth every penny. I have long hair down to my waist. It only takes me about 3 minutes to dry it. Exactly 1 year ago I got my private pilot license. So much money went into it, and now it costs a lot of money to keep it, by flying. I don't regret it at all. Very cool feeling to go flying. $300 hand-sewn Starfleet jacket. Went to a con with a seamstress and had her inspect the jacket. Her verification that it was quality work was the deciding factor. Spent like 30 minutes on the phone with the bank trying to prove this was me throwing away $300 in one go at a con 3 hours from my address. My fiancé and I dropped close to $3,000 on a kitchen table and coffee table from Carolina Game Tables. The kind where you can take the top off and have a board game space underneath. They're comparatively plain compared to some you see online. No lights or USB ports, no cubbies, drawers or cup holders. Just really solidly built solid wood tables where the top comes off. But hot damn, they've been awesome. We use them all the time. One unexpected use was Legos. I got a Lego set and started building it on the coffee table, and when I needed to stop for the night I just put the lid on until I was ready to continue. Don't regret a cent. I bet two 50-years-old dudes $200 each, that they wouldn't kiss each other. In a bar, in a deeply red, Midwestern town. And yes, they did it. For 60 seconds. Little did you know, they'd both been secretly waiting almost 50 years to do that. I spent $56,000 on college for a degree I don't use, but I met my husband there, so I really can't complain. If I divide that over the nearly 25 years we've been married and consider that he's the best of dudes, it is a pretty good deal. Same here for my master's. The subject was pretty broad and it hasn't really led me directly into a career, but I got to study in 3 countries, learn a language and meet a bunch of cool people. It's given me a new perspective on the possibilities in life that will never go away. A business class ticket on a 14-hour flight. I ate great food and slept like a boss. Made a huge difference to my trip as I didn't need to waste a day to recover. I just paid our full $8,000 healthcare deductible to send my wife to rehab. We're getting divorced and my lawyer told me I didn't have to pay for it, but she wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. $8K is a small price to pay for her, hopeful, sobriety and treatment of her mental health issues. Friend spent $30 on a jukebox to play. I whipped my hair back and forth, on loop for an hour in a bar. The bartender unplugged the machine. I once bought 30 pounds of candy. My divorce.